Welcome to another training from the Mindset Dojo. My name is John, your mindset business coach. Today we're going to dive into the Ascension multiplier system or Ascension management system, which is a mindset system that you can use to help you build your mindset, but something you can also integrate into your team, into your culture. So you build that right culture, you create the right mindsets, and you create the environments for success. So let's dive in, and I do have some slides to go with it so we can all keep on track on what it is we are focusing on here today. So let's first have a look at the Ascension management system and what it is and how it's important for you. Well, the first thing I want you to think about is why it's important to have an accountability system that is not just based on management thinking, but uses coaching principles to help you or your management team create a system for keeping your employees accountable and motivated. And that's important because you telling them what to do isn't the same as you asking them the right questions, which creates the right answers for them, which then creates inspiration to do the right thing. So I want you to keep that in mind of why it's important. So number one is we have to master our own inner game, because if we don't, the outer game of business is only going to be as effective as the inner game that we have set up for ourselves. And that is our identity, that is our alignment, and that is our mindset, which we will dive into in other trainings. So let's explore the three pillars. So there's three core pillars I want you to think about. Number one is know your story. Number two is change your story. And number three is train your story. And all three of them are really, really important. And we're going to explore each of them as we progress. So just so you know, there is a workbook to go with this that you can actually integrate this into your team culture. If you just DM me the word team or drop it in the comments, I'll get it over to you. So let's think of knowing your story as the onion. You're the onion and you're covered. You have all of these layers of stories, all of these layers of beliefs, all of these layers of past influences, all of these layers of past experiences, which create a certain identity of what you think you are, mindsets that are running through your mind every single day, certain emotional baselines that are usually not actually serving you. And all of this is stuff that's just been layered and layered and layered. And we have to peel back the layers in order to be able to make the changes that we want to make. So the first step is to peel back the layers. So what is knowing our story? Well, there's two ways to look at it. There's always the positive and the negative. And we always need to focus on the positive first. Why? Because the brain typically defaults to the negative. So we have to retrain it by at least timing the amount of time we spend thinking about positive things. So what's our strengths? What wins did we have today? And what's our growth areas? And even the way I frame that, right? Rather than looking at it as a weakness or a deficit, we look at it as a growth area. It's an opportunity to get better. Next, we have our new chapter, right? Creating the story that we want. So what is the new story? What do we want our next chapter to look like? What's our goals? What is it we're aiming at both personally and professionally? And I want you to do your personal goals first, because by doing that, you're telling your brain what's most important, which is you, because we have to build you in order to build a business in a way that's going to be sustainable. Number two is growth. What's our growth areas? So looking back at, we had our wins and then we had the areas we want to work on. What are they and what's the narratives that we need to create? Then we have to change it both a mindset and a behavioral level. Finally, we have train our story. This is the part where we train the new story that we have created. Just like when you go to the gym and you pick up weights and you train your muscles, if you stop doing it, what happens? Your muscles fade away, right? You lose the muscle that you built up over time. The same goes for mindset. The same goes for those neural pathways that you're creating in your brain. You have to keep training them over and over with repetition. So how do we do that? We do that with intentions. So every day we know exactly what it is we want to accomplish. This keeps it top of mind. What's most important for me to do today? As a business owner, you're going to have 20 different hats that you're wearing, but you have to be able to decipher the 3 to 5 things that are most important to you and what you have to be intentional about. And we track it. We track what's working. Look at your intentions at the end of the day. Did I accomplish what I set out to today? And if not, what needs to change tomorrow? That's giving yourself feedback, which your brain craves. And finally, the practice. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So this is stuff we dive into a lot deeper inside of our programs. But in terms of this training here today, you can grab a copy of the worksheets. Like I said, if you want to grab the workbook, it's stuff that you can actually use with your team to help map out their goals and break it into a 6-week sprint. And why it's important for them to change the story, their growth plan over the 6 weeks, weekly check-in template for you as the owner or manager to help facilitate this for them, because you play a massive role in helping them accomplish their goals. If you want them to go from seeing it as a job to a career, help them succeed, help them change their life. And when you do that, they'll stay with you, because that's what transformation is all about. And then wrapping it up at the end of the 6 weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this training here today. If you're not in our Facebook group, I will drop a comment below. It's the Daily Mindset Dojo for business owners. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, you should see a link for it directly below. We do have more exclusive trainings inside, daily discussions to help you train your mindset, train your ability to be the best leader, and how to actually integrate these principles with your team as well. Because when they level up, you level up. All right, so until next time, be well, and as always, ascend higher.